Hello. First of all, sorry for the different lighting tone because it's actually raining outside, and if the quality of the audio sucks, I'm sorry. But anyways, let's get this video going. So a few days ago, my friend actually made a B-roll video about making coffee, and I just commented on his post. He messaged me, we did a little small talk here and there, and I asked if it's okay to make a video about it, and he said okay. And first of all, let's just look at the video. So jokes aside, my friend here actually made quite a good video for a beginner himself. In terms of content, he had delivered to us the whole project of making coffee, which is very good. But still, there are a lot of things that needs to improve, or in his case, to reduce. First of all, there's too much movement. There's also too much post transitions. I'm not really sure which one is it. But anyways, the main point of this video is talking about how to actually make good B-roll shots. So, without further ado, before I actually start talking about it, here's a little disclaimer now. I'm just a person that has interest in videography, so by no means what I say in this video is 100% true in terms of paper, in terms of theory. So what I share is based on my own years of fiddling around with the camera, and I just learned how to use it in my own style. So whatever I do might not fit you, and it's okay. And I will not judge anything. What I do is purely just for fun. So with that out of the way, let's actually start talking about it. Before we actually talk about B-rolls, for people that has no idea what is a B-roll is a term when you have supporting footage to back up the main shot, or people might call it an A-roll. So for example, the main shot or the A-roll is this right here. I'm talking to you, and the whole talking is actually A-roll. But to prevent people from getting bored from just looking at me talking to you for like maybe 10 minutes, that's why we have supporting footage. Either because of that, or also because you need to showcase something else, or maybe you just want to vlog. And in terms of B-rolls, for me personally, I categorize B-rolls into two main categories. The first I will categorize as transitional B-rolls. The second I will categorize as detail B-rolls. Mic's a little bit too far. So I'll talk about transitional B-rolls first. And to put it very simple, the transitional B-roll is basically to make a video as coherent as possible. Like for instance, if I'm at here and I want to move to here, that's the whole gist of it. And in terms of transitional B-rolls, there is one special thing about transitional B-rolls. One of the things is that you do not actually need to be perfect. Like I said, it is only for coherency in a video. When you want to move from one spot to the other, it just needs to make sense. One of the best transitional B-rolls that I like is Casey Neistat's time-lapse transitions. Every time you see him starting from one point to the other, he will have one of those, which is actually very time-consuming to make, but if perfected, it will be very, very nice. So for everybody that likes videography, for me personally, it is very evident that he has the ability to vlog very, very well and gave people a very compelling story, and also give people very good visuals. So that is transitional B-rolls. And one more thing to talk about transitional B-rolls is that you do not need to have a specific focal point. When I say that, you can actually refer back to Casey Neistat's time-lapse. A time-lapse is just something that is there to enjoy. You're just there to enjoy the whole picture and not just like one little subject. So in terms of time-lapse, let's say that you are watching a footage taken of people walking in Tokyo or Japan, I'm not really sure. So let's say that if you are vlogging in a city, and let's say that you want to go from one place to the other, but of course there's no way that you can vlog from this place to maybe somewhere else that's probably 5 kilometers away. So you snap that transitional B-roll in. So yeah, it makes sense. So that is the whole gist of the transitional B-roll. And the second category that I personally prefer more because it's more coherent to my videos is a detail B-roll. So there are a few things that sets apart the detail B-rolls and the transitional B-rolls. So in terms of the detail B-roll, as the name implies, it means that you can only focus on that one subject that is relevant to your video. And more often than not, this is more useful when you are trying to make a product review where you need to take shots of maybe a product. So in terms of detail B-rolls, my friend is making a process on how to make coffee. So in terms of his B-roll, the subject is literally just the coffee alone, which is actually a very good thing. So that is one thing that I would like to commend him. He doesn't really have anything extra in his videos. But other than that, one thing that I would like to talk about is movement. In terms of detail B-rolls, you need to know that you are focusing on just the subject and you are not trying to make the viewer very confused when they are watching your video. So one thing I would like to comment is that it has too much movement. I have no idea if it's a video effect transition or maybe he just flings his camera around or something, but that is the one little thing that I would like to comment about. And in terms of this, one little advice that I can give to people when they want to do B-rolls is that try to make it as static as possible. Because personally, I think I know what he's trying to go for. It's not really making coffee, but I will put the video clip here. I think he's trying to make his B-roll video into this type of feel, which is possible, but he just needs to execute it in his own way because first of all, the subject is totally different, so it needs to be executed in another manner. Of course, a static B-roll is not anywhere as immersive as a dynamic B-roll, but if you are just trying to catch the point of the viewer, let's say shoe reviews, people will usually just do static B-rolls. And when I say static B-rolls, it means that I'm just putting the camera there and I'm just showing you the whole shoe. A dynamic B-roll will probably look more immersive because you are moving, but then again, you have a lot more variables to do. Let's say that once you finish filming it, you realize that it is actually out of focus. You need to retake it. Let's say that if you accidentally bumped your camera, the whole footage is ruined and you need to redo it. Let's say that if you do not even have steady hands, the whole video is going to be jittery even after post-production unless you really have good experience on post-stabilization of the video. So in terms of B-rolls, for beginners, I would highly recommend people to actually try static B-rolls first. And like I said, focus on one subject. Do not make it complicated, not too much movement. That applies only if you know what you're doing. And that is probably it for this video. I think it's gonna be a little bit too long at this point, so if people actually want to know how to take B-rolls from me, I'm not really a professional or anything, but I just do it for fun. If people actually want it, then I guess I'll do the video. But anyways, this has probably been it, and I will be putting my version of making coffee, not exactly the same as his, in the end of the video. So anyways, that has been it. It is still raining, so I'm probably just gonna chill for a day and edit this as soon as possible. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.